All right, Todd Billin, before I get into a little bit of a defensive breakdown here for the University of Florida against Ole Miss, I want to get a little bit of perspective out here, right? You always have people jumping in the comment sections who are preemies, premature evaluators. They don't watch football, they just skim it. They watch a few highlights, they get on Twitter or whatever like that. Barely pay attention to any games because they just want to chat and be lonely, and that's the only time they can have some friends is during football season when they're on Twitter. But if you actually watch the games and you understand what's going on, you wouldn't be jumping up in here talking about Florida giving up 35 points to Ole Miss. That's what Ole Miss is. And even furthermore, right, if you actually watch it and you put it in correct perspective, Florida being down the starters that it was down, especially at the safety position, right, where you have senior leadership there, and then you bring in guys who are true freshmen or you bring in guys who are inexperienced at the position, it's bound to happen, right? So this is the first game of an offense that you had never seen before. And they added in a guy who's probably one of the best minds in the entire sport, regardless of professional or college, and that being Lane Kiffin. So you got a Lane Kiffin offense there with the elite offensive personnel. A lot of explosive players on Ole Miss. Elijah Moore is one of the most underrated players in the country, if not the most underrated player in the country, and it's been that way. Giving up 35 points, 395 yards to Matt Corral here. It is what it is, right? That's what Ole Miss does. You know why? Because all you had to do was watch Ole Miss last year and a different style of offense, but with the same exact elite personnel. What happened, right? The defending national champions, the LSU Tigers, what did they do to them? Yes, they scored even more points against LSU. They scored 37 points, right? This is what they do. Your elite team score 50 against Ole Miss, and they score in the 30s. That's what's going to happen. You see right here, they gave up a crazy amount of yards and a crazy amount of points. And this was in the 10th game, 10th or 11th week or something like that. And they were doing this to the guys who were going to go on and win the national title. That's what they do, homie. That's what it is, right? And I can excuse the Florida one because of the circumstances with the personnel and the safeties and it being that you had zero film on these guys. You didn't even have a spring game to where you can kind of see what was going on. I thought they actually did pretty decent. First three quarters, right, it was like, 21 points or something like that. I thought it would be even worse. When that game came out, I immediately marked it. I'm thinking like, damn, that's a tough draw in the first game to go on the road and go against a Lane Kiffin offense that you had never seen before with no spring game, right? You know who else they did this to? Normally an elite Alabama last year, right? In like the fifth game, they still scored 31 points, and Alabama scored in the 50s. You're going to beat them. If you're an elite team like Florida, like I believe Florida is, you're going to beat them 50 to 30 something. That's what it is, all right? So let's go ahead and get to it.
What more can I say?
Top Billin. All right, Top Billin. So what does this say right here? 11 minutes and 31 seconds of the first quarter. So what would that be? The first damn series of the game, right? Who is this? This would be Sean Davis. Dude is an absolute animal. He patrols that back end, playing a deep safety, right? Middle field close, work your cover two schemes. He hits hard as shit. He's just absolutely phenomenal back there as a senior leader, right? So him gone in the first quarter because of this hit right here. Bam! Look at that. One more again. Right there. So, boom, there goes your cedar leader patrolling on the back end right there. At least your guy who was like the glue guy. And keep in mind, another senior, Brad Stewart, not playing in this game. So, right then and there, to me, your two best safeties, gone. All in the first series. One didn't play, and one only got a few plays before he was kicked out, right? But you know, come on, I gotta do a little LOL on this one, right? I don't like to see anybody get hurt or anything like this. This kid wasn't hurt, I don't believe so. But how do you police this right here? Because look, he got his head off the center line. Right? The guy's not squared up for him to actually be able to extremely get his head off the center line. He's not giving him much of a surface area. So what else is he going to hit? He didn't necessarily lead with his head. His head ended up hitting the guy in the helmet, no doubt about that. But bam, Look at that. I haven't seen somebody do that type of shit right there since you had that game back in the day called Twister. You remember that? This dude right here would have won. That's hard. Look at him. Got him doing the electric boogaloo, right? Anybody remember that? They doing the electric boogaloo right there. Dude is doing it to perfection, right? Give him a broom, let him stand in front of the damn convenience store right there and let him break dance with it. But damn. That was hard right there. So back in the day, man, nobody would have scoffed at that. But in today's landscape, man, he's gone. All right, so I want you to check this out right here. This is why I believe this is easily correctable. Usually explosive plays happen from blown assignments. Now, if you go into a game and you say, well, hey, we're down 2 senior safeties. We just put in a true freshman and some guys who are inexperienced as well. And then you have some guys who are inexperienced supporting them at cornerback. That's just what the mark of this team is right now. Got to be able to survive that. Should have a dynamic offense, fantastic explosive offense that can help you get through these however many games here until everyone gains enough experience. So on this particular first touchdown right here, you see this is not good, right? Because ESPN never gives good replays, right? Dumbass broadcasting team with Joe Tessitore and annoying Greg McElroy in a goofball studio that don't show you where the hell the play is derived at, right? Let's get a higher angle than this. But you get like it's a post route with a hard stem to the outside. So you can't see the coverage, but if you were to look here, right, you have Chester Kimbrough, the cornerback. He's positioned right. It's almost like a triangle defense right here. Marco Wilson follows Elijah Moore, who's going in motion. So it's some type of man-on skill. But you don't have Chester Kimbrough go against Mingo here, the other wide receiver. Actually, the one who follows him is the true freshman safety who was just inserted, who should probably not be playing in spots like this right now. He follows him. So I don't know exactly what this could be, right? Unless this is a deep third coverage of the field here. Donovan Steiner, who is my least favorite defensive back on the team, he maybe should be in a deep third coverage with, you see Kyer Elam here, who does a poor job on this. He's going to be an all SEC corner, but he was beaten on this one pretty good. Maybe he has a deep third as well. So it's probably cover 3 man-on skill, I would imagine here. The reason why this is so wide open because Donovan Steiner shits the bed, it appears, and then Kyer Elam does a poor job on the transition right here. Let's let it roll. See, man-on skill, they're following that right there, then boom. Well, look at that. Not only he got twisted like one of them pretzels right there, he's spinning like ceiling fans. Look, Kyer Elam spinning like ceiling fans, but it looks like he had outside leverage to begin with. You see where he's working right there? Outside leverage to begin with, and this is a reduced split route. So you have to be cognizant of that for an outbreaking route. So it's looking like this could be a hard stem to the outside, maybe an out route or something like that, and he bites on it hard because he's in outside leverage, goes that way. Then he transitions back and he slips, right? He got his ankles sawdusted. And what is Donovan Steiner doing here? He's peering it the whole time in the backfield. Like he's looking in the backfield. Somebody has to be the last line of defense. That's what being a safety is about. Last line of defense. He's still looking at Matt Corral. You can see it right here. Nobody's back there. And Kyer Elam was beat. That's a blown coverage assignment. That's all that is. Blown coverage assignment. Would that have happened with Sean Davis back there? I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. All right, check this one out, right? Working with a double stack. Got a plus split on for one of the receivers right here, but pretty much numbers grip. So you're working in a ton of space. But they have a triangle defense set up here, right? You see it. You have your pretty much your nickel defender here, Amari Burney, your primary corner, and Kyer Elam and Steiner as the last line of defense. This one you got the true freshman back here again. Then you have Jaden Hill, your other primary corner, or in your true nickel defender right here, right? So Bernie would be more of a dime or just your linebacker technically. So with that being said, on a throwback screen like this, you got to have good eye discipline if you're a guy like Steiner here. If you see this guy peering back here, you know what this is. Come on. You've played enough football. They're throwing this back here. You better start to look around. Why do you need to go here? You see all the bodies here? These guys are going to flow to the ball. and they do a good job. Look at Ventrell Miller here. Like, Ventrell Miller is on his job. He sensed this before. Look at that. You see that? Ventrell Miller sent something. I don't know if it was in film study or something like that. Before the play even started, he told people which side to look for the play on. Now, look at everybody run up here. Elam, he's going to run up here. Bernie's going to run up here. Everybody. Chris Bogle running up here. You don't need to run up there, too, if you're Donovan Steiner. That's why I can't do Donovan Steiner. Pause. Not like that. You know what I'm saying? Some people be going too far with that. Donovan Steiner, to me, makes boneheaded mistakes, even though he's a senior or he's a very experienced player. He still makes bonehead mistakes that you would expect a Rashad Torrence to make. So even Rashad Torrence is going there like he's going to make the play. That doesn't even make sense either. But, hey, he's a true freshman, and his first game shouldn't be playing. But look, right here, the last line of defense, now he senses it and he wants to put his foot in the ground. Too late, homie. And look at Rashad Torrence. Maybe he could have helped out as well. But there you go. One more time, you can see it. Everybody converging there. I mean, everybody. Now everybody knows that they're due, but I don't see why the eye discipline is not there anyway. This dude creeping behind the line of scrimmage. Too easy. But now you see Steiner start to retreat and Rashad Torrence here having to take a different angle as well. So it is what it is on that front. That's easily correctable. All right, same deal right here. All right, this is what Lane Kiffin does. If you can't stop something, he's going to force you to try to stop it because he will run it ad nauseum. So same deal right here, and I want you to watch Rashad Torrence on this one. I don't know where he's going or what his assignment needs to be, right? He has to be the deepest of the deep. See it start right here? Immediately he peers and he's worrying about this assignment right here. Then it seems like he passes that off as if he's a linebacker or something like that. He lets that go by, and he's still there. He's worrying about the running back in the backfield. Luckily, this wasn't a completion. Marco Wilson right here may have gotten away with one, but as you can see, Rashad Torrence is clearly not where he needs to be at right there. So I don't know what to tell you right there, man. That's just inexperience right there. It's inexcusable for a standpoint that you would think that these guys should be ready to play, but you're going to be mad at somebody who's in their first foray into major college football going against an offense like Ole Miss, and you're thrust into a situation that you had no clue that you would be in. If that's Sean Davis back there, he's not making the same mistake over and over and over again. At the very least, he'll make it once and then be able to correct it. That's just because he's that much more experienced, though. So, but let me show you a couple of things that I did like from the defense. All right, scratch that, right? I'm gonna say that for another time, right? I can't be burying stuff in this because I know how Florida fans are. Florida fans can't help themselves. It'll be, I can't help myself. I got to comment. I have no friends. It'll be 5 seconds into the damn content item, and they're already commenting. So I got to stop wasting my time. I have way too much stuff to be doing here to be having people run in the comment section without watching. So I'll get to that another time, maybe even after this next game, though. But one more again right here. This is why I love Lane Kiffin. Check this out right here. You have your tried and true West Coast offensive approach right here. Again with the 2x2. Got a couple of corner routes here. And then you're going to have an out route. Then your man Elijah Moore working the post. Somebody going to get got if you're not good with your eye discipline. And who is working this particular one right here? You guessed it. Rashad Torrence. Now, I don't want to look like I'm picking on this guy. Like, I'm not picking on him. I'm just showing you exactly how these plays were derived. And there's a common thread here. It was just inexperience. Now, imagine if Brad Stewart were also back there, who I feel is a much better player than people give him credit for, first and foremost. But I feel like he's the type of guy who's a little bit mentally better, at least on the field. Off the field, I don't know what the hell he's doing, but it is what it is on that standpoint right there. But watch Rashad Torrence go with the corner route here. Boom, he's in his pedal. Look. He had a decision to make. He made the wrong one. He stayed to the outside with the corner route right here where there's a post being given and you have mirror on the opposite side of the field, right? Same exact thing. They had spread everyone out just to work the middle of the field. Lane Kiffin is a freak. He's a freaking genius. You can say what you want to say about that guy, man, but he can coordinate some football. Look at Marco Wilson. He's like, what in the hell? He's like, where the hell is the safety help? Come on, man. So there you have it right there. So if obviously people who are not fans of Florida, they're going to try to find some flaw. They will run with anything. That's what college football is about. That's why I'm not going to lie. That's why it's so annoying. It's just all about trying to find some way to prop up your team and stuff like that. That's just not fun to me or whatever like that. I just like for people to be neutral in their analysis just like I am. But obviously you're not going to get that. But if you're being tried and true in your approach of being neutral here, that's easily correctable. That's going to be a personnel thing right there. So not saying that it's going to be perfect. They still have a lot of work to do, but they have a ton of talent on defense. Like I said before, as a working roster, the guys who they put out there that are counted on to produce, Florida is as good as anybody. And it looked even better to me up front. Brenton Cox is hell on wheels, right? He looked like he took his shit seriously. Being out of football for a year, transferring from Georgia, he looks damn good. Chris Bogle looked good to me. Freaking everybody up front. Zach Carter looked good to me. Ventrell Miller was looking very good to me. They were rotating guys in. Mahmoud Diabate, of course, doing this thing. I don't know what to tell you, man. They have a ton of talent there, so we shall see, man. But until next time, man, salute and peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.